Good afternoon to my teacher, senior, and dear colleagues and students, friends. Today's my topic is registration of microbes and their product in India. Why I specifically chosen this topic is we have IPR protection for all, but earlier it was not there for microbes because microbes cannot be patented. So after that, there was a treaty. There, microbes have been kept under IPR protection in different form that is called registration. So I'm going to talk about the registration of microbes and the product with respect to India. This is my outline of topics: status of biopesticides in India, registration of microbes, then their formulation, then conclusion. Why we talk about biopesticides? There are n number of problems we faced with the chemical fungicides or bactericide, in the case of insecticide application in croplands. Major thing is residue and hazardous to environment and also hazardous to human health and animal, etc. Whereas in case of biopesticides, all the problems are nullified. When you look at the global market usage of biopesticides as a whole, Northern America utilized biopesticides at large scale, 44% in the global market. The next one is European countries. So 20% biopesticide markets occupied by European country. We are in third position in Asian country. 13% biopesticides have been used in this country, majorly by India and China. It is a welcome idea. The next one is Oceania country like Australia, New Zealand, on the down of India. They uses 11% of pesticide usage in the globe. Then next one is Latin America, then Africa. Africa is a continent where the less number of biopesticides are used in the market. When look at the global scenario, pesticide market is 3 to 4 billion US dollars out of 56 billion pesticide market it occupies. In India, this market is 2.89 percentage of the world biopesticide market. This has been reported by Chakraborty et al. 2023 recently. How this biopesticide consumption in India is a glimpse. This was narrated by Department of Plant Protection, Quarantine and Storage, Ministry of Agriculture. They analyzed the last 10 years. They have come up with some data. According to it, consumption of biopesticides increased to 23%, whereas the chemical pesticides, it has grown only 2%. This is a good sign for the country for avoiding the chemical problems. Whereas if you look at this scenario with the global level, this was reported in 2020. The compound growth rate was only 3.3 to 5%, but the global level it was estimated there were several estimates: 8.64, 9.7, 10.3, 15%, up to 16%. They estimated. Actually, global level it must have grown, but it didn't. Only Indian market has grown up well. Usage of pesticides, biopesticides especially 23% compared to global. And the distribution of microorganisms, biopesticides, it includes everything. It also includes botanicals, microbes, and biostimulants, everything. So when you look at microbial community, which occupy in the biopesticide market largely by Trichoderma viride, that is 33%. The next one is Pseudomonas fluorescens, that is 20%. The rest comes in other. That I told in previous slide, 23% growth was achieved in biopesticide market in India. There is a reason behind it because government promoted this biopesticide market largely by implementing various schemes. There was a scheme in Sikkim. There was Sikkim Organic Mission. This was started in 2010. So 2015, the entire state was converted into, especially agriculture. 2016, this entire state was declared as organic state. That is very good achievement in the. This is a model state in India, which shows that where only through organic input you can cultivate a crop and you can achieve. The next program is National Program on Organic Production. This is being handled by APIDA. APIDA actually it connect the people, stakeholders with this certifying agency so that the process can be fastened and it become easy for the stakeholder to handle. That is the main idea of this program being run by APIDA. The next policy is organic farming policy is also facilitate this microbial formulation or biopesticides largely. This was implemented in 2005 at national level. Recently, last year, Tamil Nadu government also announced the organic farming policy in Tamil Nadu state. Then other scheme is strengthening and modernizing pest management approach in India. Based on this approach, then IPM was promoted at largely in the nation. There were 36 centers, integrated pest management centers were opened all over India in 28 states and 2 union territories. One among the central integrated pest management center is located at Trichy in Tamil Nadu. So likewise, 28 states are having these centers. So this also promotes the organic product like biopesticides as one of the component in the integrated pest management. Then indirect way of helping the organic farming, government also gave subsidies to capital investment subsidy program through. This is mainly given for non-recurring items like equipments and infrastructure facility. So if you apply for a biopesticides production unit, government definitely support because this is a government mission. Then in another scheme, a national action plan on climate change also supported several missions. Almost 8 missions they have. One among is National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture, which also supports this usage of biopesticides largely. Then another scheme is Parambarkat Krishi Vikas Yojana. This is PKVY. It was implemented in 2050. It's also larger form of soil health management system, centrally sponsored scheme. It's also comes under one part of National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture. Then another scheme, everybody knows that issue of soil health card. This has been largely promoted by our PM. This is through soil health management scheme. So it main objective is integrated nutrient management where this bio formulations are promoted, like PGPR formulations are promoted to substitute chemical fertilizers. Then the burning topic is natural farming. Earlier it was called as zero budget natural farming. So here there is no chemical inputs to be used. So only you have to depend on biopesticides for management of disease and pest. There is no other go in this natural farming. These are all based on these schemes only. There is a big boom in biopesticide market in India. So biopesticides, what are the role of biopesticides in disease management and also in crop productivity? Biocontrol is a powerful weapon to tackle the disease by various means. You know, everybody knows that it act on pathogens through producing lytic enzymes, producing antibiotics, to induce the systemic resistance in plant indirect way, and also it attacks pathogen directly by caepopartism. and also it has a peculiar mechanism called sideropode production, where ion chelation happened. Only it can be utilized by plant, not by pathogenic microbes. So by all means, biocontrol tackle the pathogen very well. Uh, Apart from that, it also enhance the productivity of the crop by promoting the growth and yield. One peculiar example I would like to say here, next generation biotechnology Istanbul, recently they published a paper in a scientific report in 2024. They released a formulation called rhizophil. That is a combination of Bacillus subtilis, Bacillus megaterium, Pseudomonas fluorescens. So application of this 1 ml per liter, this is hydroponic technique in protected cultivation. The crop is this crop yield was enhanced greater extent, and also it enhanced the antioxidants, and also it enhances the nutrient like vitamin C and total solubles. Total soluble solids means it includes iron, magnesium, calcium, all those elements which are essential for human being and other cattle too. So this is by looking at this one, the microbes have a lot of power to tackle the disease and also enhance the product of a crop. So you know very well there are different kind of microbes which occupies in root region. It called rhizosporic, and if it occupies on area report, it called philosporic. Some of the microbes are endophytic. So main focus is now on endophytic, because once you introduce these microbes inside the system, that can tackle well the
Excuse me, sir. So you're
upcoming
not covered
disease.
in the camera. Can you please stand a little bit back? Yes,
Sorry.
it's a
Is it
web
okay, madam?
camera, sir. So
Is it
we
okay,
have to
madam?
maintain a bit of.
So we do a lot of research on biocontrol, largely in all part of country, in state, by different universities. Then when you look at the microbes which has got a protection by the inventor, is very meager, very meager. But we stop up to the deposition of the characterized culture sequence. That's all. So we do sequencing for identification of microbes, either cystinus or DNA, or ITS for fungus, cystinus for bacteria. Then we take the sequence and we submit by name. That's fine. This is a preliminary registration, I would say, but further we don't go. But it is essential. It is our of the need to further to go for registration to protect our cultures, because we put lot of effort, we put lot of energy, but that should not go in vain, especially for microbial beneficial microbes is concerned. So what for we are doing, we want to commercialize the microbes, okay? Otherwise it will not find the fruit of the day. So when you want to commercialize without protection, going for commercialization is not good, because the inventor will lose the intellectual property right. So you need to register the microbes, because microbes cannot be patented. For your information, for any living thing, even seeds cannot be patented. But if you do any modification in microbe, like genetically engineer or anything, you some sort of modification, if you do, it can be registered. Unless otherwise some intervention in the microbe is happened, it cannot be patented. That you keep in mind. This is a basic thing. So, IPR for microbe is concerned, there is a there was a treaty, Budapest Treaty. That is, Budapest is a location in Hungary that gave the recognition for the microbes. That is intellectual property recognition for microbes. So it held in Budapest, Hungary on 28th 1977. That came into force August 1998. Then there were some amendment in 26 September 1980. This was recognized by World Intellectual Property Organization, that is at Geneva. So this intellectual property right was given through that is Budapest Treaty, and it has been accepted by World Intellectual Property Organization Geneva. Now it is in full-fledged act. So through this what it says, no, you can get intellectual property over microbes, not through patent, but through registration. So how to register this microbe? There is an International Depository Authority. There are several countries involved in that. So this is International Depository means if you deposit the culture, so the countries collaborated with this IDA can access this culture throughout the world. So international depository, if at all, if you want to register your culture or deposit your culture, kindly do it in IDA authority, where it is located in India. In India, as a whole, globally there are 49 units available, IDA units available in 27 countries as of now. There are more than 80 countries are in the treaty. So the peculiar thing is if you deposit the culture in one end, even if you're not having this IDA deposit unit in your country, you can deposit in elsewhere also in IDA. That will be recognized globally where all the countries are in tie-up with this IDA. So your deposit with the intellectual property of your own. So whatever the commercial aspect, the people stakeholder goes on these microbes, so definitely that royalty or some incentive of that utilization will come to the inventor or inventors. That is a very good thing they have made it in a put-up treaty. In India is concerned, there are 3 IDA units as of now. Microbial culture collection in National Center for Cell Science in Pune. Another one is IMTech, which is having microbial type culture collection, MTCC, and also it is having GenBank. This is located at Chandigarh. Then recently in 2020, one ICR institute was recognized, that is ICR NBAM, that is National Bureau of Agriculturally Important Microbes. So, looking at the importance of the microbe, one specific institute was established in Mavu. Just I will brief about the genesis of NBA Mavu, then you will realize that how important it is. So, in by keeping the view of importance of the microbe in India, NBA Mavu, NBAM was established in ICR under ICR in July 2001. There was only special officer in director post was given. Only one finance assistant was given initially. Then it was a regularized director was announced in 29th April 2002. Then later on, NBM was shifted to Mavu. Earlier, it was a sugarcane research institute in Uttar Pradesh. So they given two microorganism by keeping the importance of this microorganism. So they shifted to Mavu Panjan. Uh, Now this has a strength of 30 scientists, 11 technicals, 15 administrative. So how important this institute is now look at. Why, how it has grown, then what are the facilities available? If you look at the facilities, it is amazing. Basic deposition of culture, characterization, then sequencing, whole genome sequencing, fatty acid analysis, all those things. All instruments, sophisticated instruments are available in that institute. So in 11th plan, NBM was designated as a recognized repository under National Biodiversity Act. Do you know about National Biodiversity Act? It basically it deals about biological element in the country to sustain. So either it may be a microbe, it may be a soil microbes, or it may be a animal, it may be a plant, whatever, all the living things, even predators, parasites, everything. So it deals. So once after enacting this National Biodiversity Act, so a lot of regulations came in India. So the foreigners who were exploiting our resources, now they are hesitating. They are coming in legal force. So now they cannot take away any microbe from here. And also, if you tell if you are bringing, it should be addressed to National Biodiversity Act. Then another one thing, if I say this National Biodiversity Act, it is act activated very well. It is under chairmanship. You might be knowing, former our VC was Kannan was the first chairman this National Biodiversity Act. So there is a state committee and also local level committee. So there, so there are 37,700 people in the down to the earth are working in the land to conserve the biodiversity throughout the India. What it means, if at all, if you are want to get a sample from Himalaya to here, you need to get a permission from National Biodiversity Act, because that is their property of local property and their sustainability. So they ensure each and every corner of India and also elsewhere. So others also cannot take from India to other country. This is very stringent law they enacted in 2002. So these are all the microbes they handled. This IDA Institute, Microbial Culture Collection, that Pune, they handled the bacteria, fungi, and yeast, both pathogenic and also non-pathogenic. So there may be some virulent strain of pathogen. Okay, though it is a biopesticide, I need to talk, but you can conserve the important pathogen also, like some Fusarium wilt, race spore is a hot topic in global and also in India, that is devastating in banana. So if you characterize that pathogen, if you deposit that culture to this national international depository authorities, this culture further characterization, further studies can be taken by anyone elsewhere, but with a foolproof protection to the inventor. So MTCC also handles all the cultures I said above. Besides that, the bacteriopages also they handle. The NVA Mavo, besides that, all those culture, they also handle the algae and also plasmids. Plasmid in living cell also, plasmid alone they handle. So you can deposit that plasmid also, peculiar plasmid you can deposit in that institute. So I said about IDA, that is a foolproof mechanism where you can register your culture, that the full strength of the microbes can be utilized by anybody. Then, then another step is somewhat not that much stringent like IDA depository. World Data Center for Microorganisms. This is a database which is being maintained by Chinese people and also some extent by Japanese people. They have the catalog of microbes worldwide handled by individual country. According to them, the topmost country which maintain the microorganisms is the USA. They maintain 2,61,000 something. Japan is 2,54,000. Then India is in third position. China is fourth, and South Korea is fifth position. Likewise, in India we have 30 centers. Worldwide, we have 713 the World Data Center for Microorganism units spanning in 73 countries. So what I mean to say, if at all, if you are not able to submit your culture in IDA, at least you can register your culture in 30 centers spanning in India. That includes like defense material and store research and development establishment. It is under DRDO. There they take the cultures of lichens and fungi, the natural national collections for dairy cultures. NDRI, you might be knowing, that is in Karnal. So they have the culture collections in for this dairy cultures. The culture collections also is being done in Kolkata by Bose Institute. Then already I said three among these institute, three are already recognized by IDA, that is a NBA MAVU, IMTEC, then National Microbial Culture Collection, that is National Cell Science Pune. Besides that, IRA, we have the Indian Type Culture Collections Center. Then NIA, that is National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, which is located in Kerala. Here also you can deposit your culture, but the protection is not 100%, but some extent you will have your right. So far we have seen how to register the culture in recognized, well-recognized institute. Now I am moving to the registration of their product. that is microbial biopesticides. Here I will restrict only the biopesticide to microbial biopesticides because there are n number of biopesticides, which includes botanical also. So sole authority in India is CIBRC, that is a Central Insecticide Board and Registration Committee. This is located in Faridabad, Haryana. Uh, all the if you find any microbes suitable for acting as a biopesticides, if you want to market, you should register under CIBRC. Without that, selling that product is illegal. So, but the procedure is a bit lengthy. I will explain in detail. Uh, in CIBRC, they registered this biopesticide under Insecticide Act 1968 under section 93B and 93. This 93B is temporary registration only for 2 years. 93 is permanent registration. So 93B has some relaxation, but 93 is not having any relaxation in registration. There are some standards to register your microbial biopesticides. First and foremost one is colony forming unit. If it is a fungus, it should be having 10 to the power of 6 colony forming unit per gram or per ml of your product under market. So if it is a bacteria, it should be a 10 to the power of 8. This is standard they kept. And also the formulated product should not have any biological contaminant. This is more important. Uh, that too, the Salmonella, Shigella, Vibrio should not be there. There should be a 0% of this pathogenic organism because these are all human pathogens in your product. Then other microbial contaminants, they allow up to 10 to the power of 4 colony forming unit per gram or per ml of the formulation. Then this formulation should be divided of chemical or botanical pesticides. If you are claiming for microbial pesticides, there should not be any other pesticide mixed in your formulation. That is a preliminary standard they kept for microbial biopesticides. Then other, you have to, when you submit for registration, you have to give the details of your formulation, including name and systematic position, how you prepare, then what's the composition of your formulation. Then you have to give the data. That is more important. That they ask for in vitro, in vivo, and also there's what I said, the formulation standard, and also other contaminant you have to furnish when you are submitting for registration. For registration, for temporary registration, you should have field data and laboratory data for 2 season and 2 agroclimatic zones data record. That means for registration of your product under 93B, temporary registration for 2 years, you should have 4-year trial data. That is 2 season data or 2-year data conducted at 2 agroclimatic zones. Be noting this point because 2 agroclimatic zones must for registration even if it is temporary. If it is a permanent registration, again it goes for 3 agroclimatic zone testing, and also you should furnish a laboratory test that should be conducted by ICR or State Agriculture University or CSR or ICMR units. That R denotes for record, it is must for registration toxicology data. So you have to furnish toxicology data. This you cannot do. There is a recognized institute. There you have to submit your culture. You have to get the data furnished for your formulations. They test for animal and using the model animal they test and they give the toxicological value for your formulations. So where to approach this laboratory? In India, there are 43 laboratories in India that is accredited by CIBRC. That is a good laboratory practice or NABL accredited laboratory. So in Tamil Nadu, one government institute is there, International Institute of Biotechnology and Toxicology in Tambaram. Then Bioscience Research Foundation, that is under Sri Perumbudur. Then Bureau Betis, that is in Gindi. Vanta Bioscience Limited in Gumadipundi. So these 4 are available in Tamil Nadu. If at all, if you want to develop a toxicology data, this institute can be approached. Beyond that, for permanent registration, this environmental safety data is also required because you are going to use for long run. So this data you cannot develop. You have to again approach this laboratory, those laboratories which are handling environmental studies also. So, but for temporary registration, it is not required. Please note it down. This ecological data is not required for temporary registration. Sorry, environmental data. And also they have given specification for furnishing in the farm, manufacturing process, packing, label, leaflets of the formulated product according to the insecticidal rule 1971. So you should furnish everything, what it is inside the formulation, what is a carrier material, what is adhesive agent you put. So what is a element, what is a microbial agent you put, what is a standard available, what is a colony forming unit, everything you have to furnish. That is, details are available in labels. So how many biopesticides for agriculture use have been registered in India means there are 30. Uh, in biopesticide, there are 31. Among 31, 30 are microbial biopesticide registered in India. I have given two examples for banana is concerned, Trichoderma ricci, it has been registered for banana wilt. See, Bacillus subtilis for leaf spot management, which was registered by T-Stance, but whereas ricci was registered by ICR Institute. So this is registration is concerned. Biopesticides, microbial biopesticides, so far registered are 970 as of now. 970 biopesticides have been microbial biopesticides have been registered in India, among which 30 are having label claim. Label claim is different from registration. Registration is for particular target pest or pathogen you registered. But label claim means if anybody use this biopesticide in particular crop means only they have to use this one, not others. That is a label claim. That is cross specific, disease specific, pathogens, insect specific. So that we called as label claim. So once you develop a label claim for your biopesticide for particular crop, there is another term called label expansion. That is BTC. So as a whole, I said the registration procedure, how much it cost for registration of one microbial biopesticide in CIBRC cost you around 35 to 40 lakhs. So without that, you cannot sell in the market, but it is must. So this much you have to spend for microbial biopesticides registration. Even by spending that, already 970 microbes have been already registered in India, out of which 30 already they claimed for label claim for particular crop, particular disease. So these are all the product already released at institute level. We also release the microbial biopesticide at institute level. So we give a label note that, sorry. So it is available for commercialization or licensing. So what it indicates that we are not selling, we are indicating that these products are available at institute. Whoever the company wants, they can take, but their risk to get a CIBRC registration. If it is potential, definitely they will come. They take and they do registration of their own. So likewise, recently we have formulated three from our institute. One is Note to Wilt, that is effective against Fusarium wilt of banana in our institute. That is Trichoderma aspergillum, then Bacillus plexus combination. The another one is KMC, Kaveri Microbial Consortia, that is having six Bacillus-based microbial consortia, that is only for growth promotion and yield. Then another one is Vivaria Bassiana-based weevil killer, that is pseudostem borer and comb borer, major problem in banana. So we have kept open for companies to come forward to commercialize the technology. So through PPP mode, we are going to transfer the technology. So already this note to wilt have been commercialized to one company, Bangalore-based West Bengal-based company. Now their outlook to register and do it because they are going to be in the commercial market. So we are not in part of. Once we give up the product by licensing MOU, it is up to them to do registration because registration cost you more. Each organism 40 lakhs means one formulation. We have two organism in a consortium, so 80 lakhs we have to spend. But it is underway. We are doing it, but it takes long time. But meanwhile, shortcut is we sold the technology. It is up to the player to take care of that one. So these are all some of the formulation. Come to the conclusion. Whatever the effective microbes you identify, kindly do commercialization through PPP mode because individual player cannot do commercialization by spending that huge amount. So no doubt, biocontrol agents are performing better in the aspect of hazardous health hazardous, which are given by chemicals, which are nullified by biocontrol agents. Compared to that one, biocontrol agents are better than the chemical one. Main thing is it lacks advertisement, so you have to do a lot of FLDs because if you apply any pesticide, chemical pesticide, farmers realize that that is controlling by visually. But if you apply any microbial biopesticides, it takes long time for uh, getting their effect. So how to promote your product through FLD only you have to do. So you have to give a lot of awareness through demonstrations and also publications like leaflet and conducting workshop. Likewise, you have to conduct a lot of awareness programs. Take home message is we do a lot of microbial based biocontrol agents, but we don't go up to the end to the registration. But there is no other way. Without registration you cannot commercialize. So with the registration only you can commercialize now. So that is mandatory. Whatever I have noted down, I have given in IDA Institute. Kindly do registration of your effective microbes in that IDA Institute. That is my humble submission to the house. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you, Dr. Balajan. I'm having one question.
Yes, sir.
You told the registration procedures and what are the research institutes available for registration. If people are doing it without registration, they are selling it commercially. Is there any legal or regulatory issues?
Actually, you are losing your intellectual property. That's all.
That's true.
Otherwise, the person can take the product. They can, the person who are using that product can register. You legally, you cannot shoot them in a law.
They are doing it without registration. Is there any legal point or what are things we can do?
Without registration, legally, you should not sell. Yes, commercialize. That is very stringent rules are there, sir. If at all they are doing, as long as without the notice of the authority, they can do. But if somebody, the inventor sues him, then no way. Yes.
So that temporary validity is temporary.
Yes, 2 years. But for microbial registration, that is permanent. Product registration under 9(3)(b) is temporary. 9(3) is permanent. Yes, yes, yes. All the data. That is product. For microbes, there is a slab. If you have effective microbes, at least we can register. For registration, even you can do it in general registration. There is no cost at all. Simply you can register your microbes. Why I am saying is, we do have effective microbial cultures. We normally store in slants or at the extent glycerol stock and -80. But the longevity of this culture, in if it is a slant, it will not lapse more than it will not go beyond 6 months. But if it is a -80, it may go up to 3-4 years. But if you deposit your culture in IDA, they keep the culture in cryopreservation. That is up to 30 years. you think of the longevity of the culture which where you deposited, that matters a lot. And also that can be utilized by all stakeholders who are connected with that IDA institutes. So even if you deposit your culture here, somebody from America can use, Africa can use, they can approach, they can get. But your legal IPR protection is well protected by the institute, not by you, because automatically it comes. If anything they reap up from your culture, automatically it comes to you. That is the fantastic thing they made it in not it. We are doing it. We already submitted our things. One thing is for patent for process of preparation. Already we are given for filing. Another one is for CIBR registration. Even council came forward to register our cultures. So that is in pipeline. Then we have given that product to other stakeholders. They are going to produce, not in the name of biopesticide, in some other name, as a biostimulant, but up to them to get it registered in CABRC and use it as a biopesticides. Yes, Trichoderma, Trichoderma risi and Trichoderma aspergillum and Bacillus plexus. Trichoderma risi already registered under CBRC by ICR Institute. CHS Lucknow and CSR in collaboration with it.
Can we do temporary registration for the product?
Yes, yes.
That is valid only for 2 years.
2 years, but further you can renew. Only thing is the money spent on environmental data. For microbial pesticide that doesn't record. Yeah, the question is valid. See, many of the time when you send our vegetables or any commodity to other countries, that exporting the country, they take the material, but in the border, that the products get rejected because of availability of residues in the product. But if you if you would have used that product for protecting that product using microbial pesticides, there is no rule for stopping it. So microbial pesticides are globally accepted by all. They insist to go for CIBRC. They take care everything. They using the test animals, they generate the data whether it is safe to use in the environment on crop and anywhere. So mammalian toxicity, they develop all the toxicology data they submit. That's why we need to spend a lot of money on that, around 30 lakhs. So for 30 to 40 lakhs per culture. If it is a consortium, if it is more than two, then imagine. Rather, I would say that if you are not able to spend that much money, if culture is so effective, you can register in IDA under patent register. Patent register means, so if but the only thing is you have to pay nominal amount 5,000 rupees in NBA MAVO. So that is for 1 year. Then again you have to renew. Within that, you can invite the people to take that culture by paying the royalty. That royalty automatically comes to the institute and also the inventor. So if not, we are going for CBOC registration means we can go for microbe as such registration in IDA. If you want to protect, you go for patent registration. That is possible by paying nominal amount, 5,000 rupees per culture per year. They also store that culture. If anybody wants also, without your permission, they will not say. If at all, if you are giving permission also, that royalty, that intellectual property, yeah, this mushroom culture very well you can deposit. All IDA institute can accept it because it is comes under fungal category, can accept.
RTPC in the level. 2% can pass and then is it possible?
If it is having a commercial value, you can go for patent also. This is a hybrid. It is you have done a modification in the microbe. It is not one particular microbe. You have done some modifications. So any modification, any process incurred in that microbes, that can be patented. But microbe as such, original culture cannot be patented. So I think it can be. Otherwise, you deposit that is having commercial value means you deposit in a IDA institute with patent deposition. that is a very nominal amount. So the buyers can take that culture for their commercial utility. So that amount also it comes to you as a raw